All right, we are recording. Welcome, you guys, to our sneak peek into repping. I am so pumped to be here with you. I feel like whenever we get to talk about the opportunity, I just get really excited because I just love it so much, and you guys are going to hear more about it tonight. So before we get started, let me share my screen here. And I don't know why, I always fumble through this part, even though I've done it a million times. That one. All right, so feel free to use the chat and ask questions, or unmute yourself and ask questions. We'll have a Q&A at the end as well. So if you want to just write down your questions, you can do that. But otherwise, use the chat. Hop in and ask as we're going. Don't be afraid. I'm a former teacher, so I'm like, ask all the questions. There's no way to know unless you ask. So we are firm believers in that around here. But before we get started, welcome to the call. I am Rachel Thompson. I am the founder of Team Zaya Inspiration. I have been with Zaya now for over 2.5 years. I will be coming up on my 3-year anniversary in May, which I am super excited about. I started Zaya when I was 23 weeks pregnant with my 3rd child. I had never touched the products. I'd never seen them in person. I was basically just kind of I call myself a direct sales dropout. I had done some other direct sales companies before. I had really poured into them, and I did not see very much success at all. And I was left feeling really burnt out, feeling kind of hopeless on like the mom front. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had 2 small children, pregnant with my 3rd. And I was like, there's got to be more, right? There's got to be more that I can do from home to help my family financially. There's got to be something I can do for fun at home. I'm really passionate about fitness, but I just wasn't finding anything that was going to work for me. And, having had these failed direct sales experiences, I had pretty much given up on direct sales as a whole. And of course, the moment that you kind of give up on something, of like, what is it? Like, what's the saying, when one door closes, another one opens? Yeah, that's what happened to me. All of a sudden, this random girl who I'd never met before shows up in my inbox and is like, hey, you should be an activewear rep with this company. And I was like, no, is it direct sales? She's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. I got more information. I just decided to take the leap and have it for something fun for myself. Like I said, stay-at-home mom. I really just needed a hobby. And after 2 weeks of being with the company, I realized what was in front of me. And I'm like, I got to run. This company's amazing. This product is incredible. I just have to run with it. And I have not looked back. I've just been running for like over 2.5 years now. And it has been such a blessing to, my personal life. I've just met so many new people. Financially, it has been a huge blessing to me and my family. It's just been, words cannot really describe the way that I feel and how much gratitude I have towards Zaya. So we'll talk a little bit more as the night goes on about that too. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of background. Thank you, Rachel, on me, and everybody who's going to be sharing tonight will give you a little bit of a background on their story. It's always kind of nice to know a little bit about that when people are sharing. So anyway, sneak peek into repping. Tonight's agenda, just so you know kind of what to expect. We're going to go over what is Zaya, the role of a rep. We're going to talk about parties, VIP groups, compensation, of course. You got to know how you're making money, recognition, enrollment, what it takes to enroll, and then what do you get when you sign up. And then at the end, we will have our live Q&A. So like I said, if you have questions, just write them down or pop them in the chat, and we will be sure to help you out with those. Okay, so in case you are not familiar with Zaya, what is Zaya Active? And this is literally taken from our website, but just, a brief summary is that Zaya Active is an active lifestyle brand, right? We're leggings, we're activewear, but we're also a culture that really believes in embracing activity. And this is something that really I connected with when I joined Zaya, because like I said, I was really passionate about fitness and being active. And any way that I could encourage other people to get active and get moving, I was on board with that. So, you know, this company, their mission statement is to inspire and uplift by making activity a fun and essential part of life. And that to me was like what sold me on this company. I was like, oh, I love that. That I feel like that's something I truly connect with. Just it's my personal values. And so that's really what I loved so much about Zaya. We have 4 pillars. They are light, uplift, activity, and community. And I think that that's one thing you'll see and probably hear throughout the night is that this community is like no other. And that's not by mistake. The founders of this company have done such a good job of making sure that they are instilling positivity, you know, that community feel, making sure that everybody is, you know, just really taking to these 4 pillars, because the people who become a part of this company, they really do embody these pillars. So, you know, a lot of times you kind of like, oh, our company stands on these values, but you don't necessarily see that in the people. And that's how it is with Zaya. The people are so real, so uplifting, so amazing that this community is just, it's second to none. I love this community so much. Everybody's so open to each other. Okay, so more on Zaya. We were founded in February of 2017 by Erin Bradley. So Erin Bradley at the time was a stay-at-home mom. She was on this snowshoe moonlit hike with a bunch of women who she didn't even know. And they were climbing the summit and it got really tough. And they were all cheering each other on and rooting for each other. They were pulling each other up. They were pushing each other up on this hike. And Erin said that she just felt so inspired by the community that came out of that hike. And she loves being active. She loves fashion. And she really wanted to create that kind of a culture and community for women. And, you know, now we do have male reps, but, you know, her initial vision was always about bringing women together. So she came up with this company. Her husband had a background in direct sales, and they founded Zaya. It's family run, like I said. So Erin is our founder, and her husband, Zach, is our chairman of the board. He has he had a history with direct sales before. And then also, Jeremiah is our chairman of the board. And then Jeremiah's brother, Zach, is our president. So it's like 2 brothers and their 2 wives are the founders and co-founders of our company, which makes it really fun. It just also, you know, it highlights that family aspect of our community. You know, the fact that this community is run by a family, it makes the whole Zaya rep community just really feels like a family. And that's why they call us the Zaya family. So Zaya is the official sponsors of the Utah Jazz Dance Team, which is amazing because actually the Utah Jazz Dance Team approached Zaya about that. You know, they said, we love your quality, we love your style, will you sponsor us? And Zaya was all about that. So that was really cool. We are super special because of our weekly launches, which means there's always new products to share. I love, love, love that. And Make Room Monday. So, you know, last month we had 2. I think in February we're going to have 2 as well. And if you're not familiar with Make Room Monday, it is a Monday where Zaya marks down products 50% off. So it is super exciting as a rep. It's really fun way to get your customers to experience Zaya for less. You know, sometimes pulling the trigger on that price tag can be a little bit scary, but when you have a Make Room Monday and you have awesome products for 50% off, it's just really fun to get to share that with your customers. So Zaya does a great job of giving us things to share with people. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Jordan, and she is going to share more about the role of a rep. And Jordan, I think you can just unmute yourself.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Hello, I am Jordan. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my Zaya story, and then I'm going to tell you about kind of what we do as reps. So I'm Jordan. I started it's been like almost 2.5 years. In July, it'll be 3 years. So 2.5-ish years ago, and it has been an amazing journey for me. In that time, I will say the one thing that is amazing with Zaya is the flexibility, which is the first thing I'm going to talk about. But And I started with Zaya. I got pregnant shortly after I started with Zaya. I was able to rock my Zaya business plus my Zaya clothes the whole time I was pregnant. And if you're a mom, you know that maternity clothes are not awesome. So when I could wear Zaya the whole time, like that took my love for Zaya to a whole new level. And then I was able to, run my business when I was at home on maternity leave. I was able to run it in the pockets of my day for a long time after that. I am expecting again. Last summer, I got pregnant again, and I'm able to do that. Like, it's just amazing how Zaya fits into your life. Like, there were a couple months where I was tired and, not feeling good and all that normal awesome stuff. And I could still do what I needed to do to get my business, where I needed it to be. So I love Zaya because of that. When people tell me that they can't work a Zaya business because they don't have time, I kind of laugh a little and say, I've had 2 babies in the time that I've done Zaya and it worked out. So I'm here to tell you it's possible no matter what your life has to bring. Might not always have it together, but it'll all work out and Zaya will be there. So the roles of a rep are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go into detail a little bit more. First of all, like I kind of just said, was the flexibility, you guys. That is the biggest thing for me. Zaya has been a huge light in my life as far as like, it gives me a reason to be more than just mom or all of the things. Right now, we kind of are in a super crazy time in the world, and to have something that I can really use to better the community I've built with Zaya, better the girls on my team, better all of those things, when right now it's kind of hard to find that light, it is huge. So the flexibility that we can, work it when we want, but we can also work it how we want. It is your business. So however that might look for you, Rachel might run in her VIP group something to do with fitness. And as much as I would like to go work out for 40 minutes a day right now, like that's just not going to be me. So I might run it, a different way. So the way that we can run it in that way, and it can just really mold to you with the pillars that Zaya gives and the flexibility that it has and the fact that it's your own business, you can run it however you feel best and whatever is truly and 100% you. You can be 100% authentic and you can be you, but you're a Zaya rep. You're not a Zaya rep and then you. You are you and then and then a Zaya rep, and that is huge. I joined Rachel in the MLM, however you want to say it, dropout group. I've tried a couple of other ones before, wasn't super great. Zaya is for me, and that is one reason. Between being able to run Zaya how I want, being able to do my business how it works for me, and being able to be me and then Zaya has been huge for me, you guys. That is the biggest thing for me, along with the company as a whole. I feel like we're in a really big time right now where people really have started to dig into either small businesses or companies or who they're supporting. And I can tell you 110% that I support being a Zaya rep, and I support this company because of the founders and what this company is built on. So knowing that we work with a company that has amazing standards, has these amazing pillars, they're checking out where these clothes are being made. They're doing all of the checklist things that make them an amazing company. So they're flexible with how you run your business, but they're making sure that the business that we are working for is 110% authentic and amazing. So that is huge. And that kind of goes into the next one of wearing and sharing Zaya. Zaya shares itself because when I started with Zaya, my biggest thing was like, I'm telling my best friend about my favorite Under Armour shorts. Why am I not telling them about my favorite Zaya shorts? So you're literally making an income and making an impact by doing what you do anyways. I know I have tons of girls that I follow on Instagram that are sharing their favorite workout gear from some, a big box store of one kind or another. And that is what you do with Zaya. You share your love for it. That is what you do. I have a rack of clothes behind me that I go through. That is, every one of my parties is amazing because I get to share my favorite clothes. Like, isn't that a girl's dream? Like, we're playing dress up, you guys. I don't know. Pretty fun to me. But it is just so fun to get to share what we love. And like, it makes it easy. There's no questions about it because you're sharing what you love. You share how you feel about stuff. And I'm 100% honest as I share. So like, if I know that the Ascend leggings are going to be the leggings that are not going to be the everyday workout leggings, They're more for around the house. You really aren't going to want to do all these things in them. You know, I'm going to tell my girls that because I want them to be in clothes that they love. So I love getting to be authentic in that way too. Is I've never had a pair of, or an item from Zaya that I don't love. But if there's anything that I don't feel 100% about, I'm still going to tell my VIP girls about it because I'd tell them if my favorite Under Armour shorts fit different than my last pair. So sharing Zaya is super easy, you guys. It's nothing different than you normally do. Like, it is so good. It is amazing. Yeah, like, it's dress up. I don't know a better way to say it than it's dress up. And the light and community, I love this because we've talked about this for the last 2.5 years that I've been with Zaya. And I love that it's a pillar because of where we're at in the world right now. I hear so many people say, I'm going to get off social media. I don't want social media. I'm going to delete my Facebook. I'm going to delete my Instagram. I don't know, whatever social media platform you have. I feel like I hear that a lot lately. And it is what you make it. And if you are making that community where all those people who are ready to delete whatever social media platform they have are like, I like to go to Ashley's VIP group and see what she's talking about today. Or I like to go to Jordan's VIP group and see what's going on in there. If you're giving them a reason to find positivity in their newsfeed, right now they are going to love that. So on top of sharing and making an impact with the clothes, they're going to get the clothes, but then they're going to be part of your community. And once they're part of your community and you get to be a light for them, that is going to change people's attitudes and minds in ways that you don't even know. I know for me, like I said, pre-Zaya, I was mom, I was other things, but the community that I have gained, it's easy to surround yourself with people who might go off the deep end with the way the world is right now. Like, I get those things. And being able to be around positive people, you guys, that aren't like we are still human beings, but at the end of the day, we all come together and we all know why we're doing what we're doing, and we get to be a part of that community. So getting to be a leader, whether it's in your VIP group or your team, or getting to bring people together in whatever way that is just huge. And that's what you're doing. And the last one is encouraging activity. And that's easy because if I'm working out in baggy sweatpants and a sweatshirt that are going to be terrible, and then I switch it to leggings and, you know, the amazing clothes Zaya has to offer, and if I look good and feel good, I'm going to move my body more. If I look good and feel good, I'm going to go take my kids on a walk. Whatever that might be, you're going to get moving more. So that kind of, again, goes back to wearing and sharing, but really your biggest goal as a rep is to just be you. Like, I think that is my favorite part with Zaya is there's not like a hidden special thing that you're supposed to do. It's simple. You be you, you love the product, and you share why you love the product. And I promise you guys, it sells itself. It's amazing. Yeah, that was my biggest thing with being a rep. But next, Ashley is going to talk to you guys about how to be a rep as far as VIP groups and working your business and kind of more what parties look like. So I'm going to let her talk now. See ya.
All right. Hey, I hope everybody can see me. So my name is Ashley Nagel, and March will be my 2-year anniversary with Zaya. I too am like Rachel. Rachel's my direct sponsor. I did not try the clothes. I had never bought anything. I was invited to a party. And at the time, I was 9 months postpartum with my youngest daughter, Sheridan. And I was suffering from postpartum depression so bad. Like, I'm an active person. Like, before I got married, I ran a Tough Mudder, a half marathon. Like, my Tough Mudder was in Las Vegas, like one of the hardest places. So, like, super fit. I'm a coach. And actually, yeah, I used to be a server. I'm like a jack of all trades, you guys. This is terrible. So when I first started with Zaya, I worked in special education. I do hair part-time, and I coach basketball, and I coach softball for our school district. And that probably added to my stress and postpartum depression. But I saw this, and every time I went to the party group and looked at the clothes, it just like something inside me sparked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. there is like something huge with this. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just I love the clothes. There's so much more, but like, I need this for me. I need this to find my fire again and find myself. Like, it was to the point where I didn't even want to get out of bed and take care of my 9-month-old baby. So, I just decided to jump 2 feet in. Okay. I have, let's see here. It's been 1 year since I quit my job working in special education. I do occasionally sub, but with COVID, that's kind of been not quite as much, but I love that the flexibility of Zaya, that I can do that. I can be like, oh yeah, like my calendar's pretty free. I don't have any calls, or I'm all caught up on my work. Like, I can sub. I still coach because that's a passion of mine. But I just love what I do. I started making just as much money working in special education that I was able to get rid of like my most stressful job. And so that was huge for me. And then actually another thing that I truly love about Zaya is in July, I actually had a miscarriage. And when I was feeling super down, Jordan and Rachel specifically, they're like some of my best friends. And I didn't know them before Zaya, but they were there for me. And there were so many more ladies on this team that were there for me as well. But like, if I needed something, they were there to help, like with my Zaya business, like if I needed them to post. And I know there's times that Jordan and I, we both do hair. Like, if we're busy, like, hey, can you post the new releases, or you can do this? And we just do that for us. Like, we're there to help each other be successful in this business. So when they say this community is next to none, that is 100% like the most true thing about this company. So that's a little bit of my story. So kind of how you're going to make money, and how I do is I run a lot of online parties, especially with COVID. That's like one of the first ways you can do parties. They're super fun. They're really convenient. You can party at your convenience. So your guests can even do that. They just log in to their Facebook or go to the group, and they get to scroll through, see what you posted, watch your lives and all that. There is a little video here. You can kind of see this is actually a party that I'm currently doing this week. So I've had more posts come in, but so you'll see, like, I do kind of like all the informational posts. I do like order shout outs so people can see what people are buying. I show people wearing the clothes and myself wearing the clothes, and kind of just give a little bit of information on the different things. And I love to keep it light and fresh. Like, one thing I absolutely love to do with my online parties is leave my party guest with something that they can take away without even purchasing anything. So sometimes I will share like best stretching exercises or a bomb recipe that I've made. That's kind of been my thing lately because I love to cook. But the nice thing with these parties is that you can work them in whatever nooks of the day that you have, because the nice thing with Facebook is you can schedule posts. So if you have 15 minutes, you can schedule all your posts for that day and you're good to go. So it's really convenient. And then another thing that with parties, especially online, of how I give great customer service is I go live and I share like how this go-to tee fits, or my new favorite vibration leggings that I'm wearing. And just like show them like what I wear. I also like ask them questions, like when they're posting things or liking things. I ask them to share like their most wanted item, and then I'll start asking them questions. But another thing I do for great customer service is I really get to know them, like what they like to do for activity and all those other things. If they're a stay-at-home mom or they're doing this, because then it helps me be able to pinpoint of like what items that they might love. So online parties are super fun. That's majority of my business right now. I've ran one in-person party so far this year, and it was very small, very quaint. We wore masks, but it was still a lot of fun. So you can also do in-person parties, and you can do those with friends and coworkers, your family. You can do the party anywhere. Like before COVID, you could do it at the coffee shop, or I know I've done some parties at our salon, like after hours, or at somebody's house or their office. And it's just really fun. I bring like some things, I show them off. We have some food and drinks. Well, pre-COVID, the party I did after COVID, we did not have any food and drinks. It was still fun. And for that party, I actually kind of just live streamed my little presentation that I did, so that anybody that didn't feel comfortable to come to the in-person party, they could still learn and see what Zaya was about, and I could help them shop and stuff. But this, with in-person parties, it really allows you to get to know your customer style, because when they walk in the door, you get to see how they're dressed. Sometimes they might have little kids in tow, and you'll like, okay, she needs something that's super convenient. She's a mom. She's going to chase them around. But then people get to see, feel, and try on your items. So that's huge for me. And you don't really have to have like an inventory. That's the one thing I really love about Zaya is, oh shoot, just a second. My child is at the top of the stairs crying.
I'll pick up for Ashley. Okay, so no, you do not have to carry inventory, which is amazing. And I know that that's one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, do you have to have the inventory on hand? And you don't, which is awesome. Everything ships directly from the warehouse to the customer. So I oops, I was gonna unmute you. There you go.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Sorry, she was trying to climb the gate at the top of the stairs and fell. So she's down here now, but mom life with a toddler. But yes, like what Rachel's saying is, you don't have to have an inventory. What I do is I bring my personal clothes, like a couple pairs of my light and tights or whatever, my bras, and if they are their size or close to that they can try on, then they know if they need to size up or size down, but then they at least get to see and feel it and touch it. And most generally the people that I do in-person parties for, I know them. So I kind of am really, it's really easy to tell them what size that they need. So that's a thing that I love. The only inventory you have to carry is the inventory that you want to wear yourself. So next, we're going to talk about VIP groups, okay? Now, as Jordan said, this is a light in everybody's life right now is your VIP group, because instead of like scrolling their news feed, seeing like all the posts we don't want to see except the Bernie post. I did enjoy those. Anyway, but I may have shared a few in here as well. This is my personal VIP group. So this is what's going to set yourself apart from all of the other reps. Okay. What I do in here is I really try to focus on our Zaya pillars. So activity, I always try and encourage like being active and just moving your body, not necessarily like working out exercise, but just being, putting that movement into your day. I always try and be a light for my customers and be really motivating and uplifting. But the biggest part for me is this community. Like, I share recipes. I like do little educational things where I teach like good stretches. I do giveaways. You can do flash sales. I don't do sales very often, but I do tons of giveaways. And I love to give customer recognition. And that doesn't only mean like just customer orders, like thanks for placing your order. I have some people in my VIP group that I have met like because so-and-so hosted a party and they hosted a party. And then I've just met all these different people from around the country. But I get to know them. And like one lady in particular, she goes to Orange Theory classes, and she had hit like a benchmark of like 150 classes. So I gave her that recognition in my VIP group, because that's awesome. And I want them to know that I'm cheering them on in whatever they do. So I don't know if you want to play the video of the little scroll through my VIP group, but you can literally do whatever you want. So I have a little post about the community and joining my team. Let's see, what is this next one? Oh, show some sneak peeks, but some motivation. I'm currently using the Peloton app, so I'm just loving that, and I'll share some of those things, but I'll share a little bit of workouts so that they can learn with that. And it kind of encourages them to do it, because, you know, I'm motivating them. They see me doing it and they're like, gosh, yeah, like she inspires me to do more. But I also love to give like encouraging words and just something that they can take through with their day in the VIP group. And I just love the community that I've built. And if I go to Rachel's VIP group, and I might get a totally different vibe in her group than I do mine, or Jordan's, or another girl on my team, Amy's. And, you know, it's just really fun to see that and see how everybody works their business just a little bit different. But it's like the highlight of my day. It's the light of my day, is talking to my VIPs and customers and that. So next, I am pretty sure it is Rachel going to be talking the compensation plan. So if you have any questions more about VIP groups, you can put them in the chat, and I can kind of answer those here throughout while Rachel is speaking. So
yes. Okay. So let's get into the nitty gritty. This is what we all want to know, right? Okay. We've gone over what is Zaya, how you can potentially work it in your lifestyle and your business. And, you know, now it's time to talk about compensation. So how are you going to get paid? If you look off onto the left, it has the little red squares. 1 PV is equal to $1. So if ever I say anything like 200 PV, that just means $200. And PV stands for personal volume. If you're not familiar with those terms, it's just, you know, the amount of sales that you've done. So if you look at the rep requirements, before anybody gets nervous, I just want to talk through these. So some of the requirements: $200 in a month in order to earn your commissions check. So the thing about that is that I know a lot of people get nervous when they see $200 in a month. They think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get paid if I don't do $200. The reality is that if you are a working rep, it is a very slim chance that you're not going to do $200 in a month. Now, obviously, we cannot guarantee any level of income. However, if you are running parties, if you are actively inviting to a VIP group, if you are showing up and you are getting product in front of people and you are sharing with the intention of growing a business, it is going to be, I feel like it is a very doable thing to hit $200. I don't think I've ever heard of any reps who have tried to, you know, build a business, not hit that mark. So, you know, the reason that is that if you are, if you were to do less than $200, it just doesn't pay for Zaya to pay out on that. So that's why there is a $200. You have to be able to do $200 in sales in a month in order to earn a commissions check. Next, which I love, is that you have a chance to waive your $15 website fee. So every rep has a $15 website fee, which is waived for the first 2 months, which we'll talk about again in the next couple of slides. But if once you hit that $600 mark, Zaya will pay your fee for you, which is amazing. So you have the opportunity to not have any monthly fees while you are, you know, working your business. So that is a great milestone to hit, you know, to really reach for that every single month. And then once you hit $1,000 in sales in a month, you actually get an 8% commission override. So before you hit that $1,000 mark, you earn 20% in commissions. So anything I sell, I'm going to get 20% commission on that. If I do over $1,000, I'm going to get 28% commission on that. And we get paid once a month. So at the end of the month, if your volume is over 1,000, you're going to get 28% commission, which is awesome, which is very generous. And actually, as you progress in your business, as you advance in rank, you are able to make up to 33% in commissions. So, you know, there's always room to grow. And that's my favorite part about Zaya is they really reward the working, which is so, I love that so much. You also have the potential to earn off of your team. And we're going to just look at that here in the next slide. But before I go on to the team part, down at the bottom, it says $300 every 6 months to remain active status. So even if you're doing this for the discount, I would say it's pretty easy to hit that $300 mark, especially because the starter kit itself counts as $145 towards that $300. So you will have another 5 months to do, what is it, $155, to spend $155 or to sell $155. So that $300 every 6 months is very, very low requirement. And honestly, I don't think they even enforce it unless you were like, had a huge team and you're just trying to make residual income. Otherwise, I don't think they even enforce that, to be honest. Never paid a website fee. Yes. Is that qualified PV or commissionable PV? For the commissions override, it has to be commissionable PV. Yes. So, but in order to earn the commissions, you have to do it in sales. Like it has to be items bought at retail, if that makes sense. So even if you're a rep and you would buy something from your site at retail, you would make back the 28% if you're over 1,000. It always makes more sense when you're in it. When I feel like this, whenever I talk comp plan, I'm like, I know it seems confusing. And when you're doing it, it makes sense. Okay, just wanted to show you these. I know this is very overwhelming, but just so that you can get a general idea of how it works and how to advance. You know, if one day you decided you wanted to grow a team, you know, nobody is required to grow a team. When you come into Zaya, you can do sales if you want, you can just share with friends and family, you can just get the discount, or you can really try to grow a team, really grow your income, and then you can start earning off of their sales as well. The way that you advance in your business is generally by your personal sales, the sales of your reps who sign up under you, and then the sales of your entire team. So anybody who signs up under you, your reps, and down the line. So these are overwhelming numbers. I totally get that. But I wanted to show you also over here on the representative rewards, just show you that as you do move up in rank, your personal sales commission also goes up. So like I said, another one of those things where Zaya is rewarding those who work. You also have the potential to earn these rank advance bonuses, which is amazing. Their bonuses are so generous. I love that they give that for us to shoot for. It's just like, I get so excited about that. So obviously, as you go up the scale too, you earn more off of your downline. So it's just, like I said, Zaya really rewards the working. The more that you grow, the more that you work your business, the more they're going to reward you. If you have any specific questions about that, you know, let us know at the end. That will be something we can come back to. And then they do have a really awesome recognition program. That's one thing that I love about Zaya is they are so gracious in their recognition. You know, if you advance in rank, these are some of the gifts you're going to get. Not only are you going to get cash bonuses, but they send you a bracelet. As you go up in rank, you get like a bathrobe and $100 massage envy gift card. You know, once you get up into these ranks, you get to go on a special trip, just a special leadership trip, which was supposed to be Bermuda. Because of COVID, they had to cancel that. So now we're going to Cancun. So just some really awesome perks that Zaya, they're so generous. And these trips that they put out there are truly earned, like truly anybody can earn them, which is really, really fun. So just a little bit about recognition. And then Christy is going to talk enrollment here, so you can hear about those nitty-gritty details.
All right, so I am Christy. I I think I'll be with Zaya 2 years in July. So obviously my story is a lot like Rachel's and Ashley's and Jordan's. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was like in maybe like the 15 area of like how many direct sales businesses I tried. And I ended up being invited to a party. And Rachel was the person doing it. And I was like, yeah, I just don't think so. She talked to me probably for 9 months, maybe a year. I don't even know. It was a long time. And I just kept kind of blowing her off. And then finally I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it. And I wish I would have started sooner because I love it. It's like the one direct sales business I've ever stuck with for longer than, maybe 5 months. And I love all the girls that I've met. Obviously, there's a ton of people on our team and I haven't met all of them, but all of the girls that I met literally have made me feel so welcome. And so I just love it. It's literally like my favorite thing. I look forward to like talking to them, jumping on calls, and then even doing like the VIP groups and the parties. I seriously never thought I'd be the person that would like jump on social media and like do a live or do anything, and I do now. And it's fun. So but this slide is kind of just about like what you get when you sign up. So obviously on the side there's the US Enrollment Kit and then the Canada Enrollment Kit, and so you get those 5 products with wherever you are. Thanks, Ashley. So you get those 5 products. They do change every so often, which usually everything that they give you is amazing, and it's great. So the US is $2.95, Canada is $3.95. So you get those 5 staple pieces, and then you also get a Zaya gift card. So obviously US is $100, Canada is $135. And then your first 2 months of the website are waived. So that's kind of nice. You have that 2 months to kind of get where you want to get, and then hopefully not have to pay it at all, because like Rachel said earlier, it's waived if you hit that $600 every month. And then on top of that, you also get $50 worth of business essentials. So there's usually, gosh, I can't even remember. This feels like it was so long ago. It's like, is it like order forms? But okay, I was like, I don't even remember what was in it. So, and then like Rachel talked in the slides before, you obviously get your 25% discount. If you order from your back office, you don't make that 25 or that 20% back. Yeah, Rachel said order forms, brochures, anything for an in-home party. So I probably don't remember because I haven't ever done an in-home party. So, and then like Rachel also said in the slides before, you get 28% if you hit that $1,000. Let's see. So your rep requirements are obviously your monthly website fee. So $15 for the US, $21 for Canada. And then to maintain active status is just the 300 PV during that 6 months. And it is so doable. I can tell you, I like to spend that much money on myself in a month, so I don't need to worry about that. So, and then if you guys have interest in joining us, just use the link that is provided by whoever invited you to this Zoom tonight. I don't know what else I need to tell you. Anything else, Rachel?
I don't think so. I got distracted by Ashley put a laughing face on the chat thing, or like her, never mind. Do you guys know how to do that? I don't know how to do that.
Oh, anyway. Like the little, I don't know.
Like the emoji popped up on Ashley and I was like, what is that?
So on my Zoom thing on my phone, when I click to the little more thing, I can clap, I can thumbs up, I can heart, I can laugh. And when she said, I like to spend $300 on myself a month. Like,
seriously, like no problem.
Same girl.
Looking at like, where'd that come from? Oh my gosh. Anyway.
So.
Okay, thanks, Christy. So we are here towards the end. So in addition to that enrollment kit, the 5 staple items, the business goodies, what are you going to get? You're going to get one-on-one mentorship from your upline. You know, whoever you sign up with, they are going to be there for you to guide you, to walk you through how to get up and running, how to see some success in your business. You're going to get access to our team pages. You are going to get access to all of our team resources, documents, all of the guides that we have ever used to create success. There is no recreating the wheel. You guys, we have all of the materials you could possibly need, all of the support you could possibly need. I mean, this team, you guys, you're looking at a team that is in the top 1% of the company. So we have everything that you need to be successful. And I know that like getting on a call like this, for one, is scary in the first place. So I just want to commend you for being here and for learning more. But I also want to make sure that you know that like you're here, and if you have that gut feeling like, oh, this is something I should do, or this sounds kind of cool, or I might like it, you just got to go for it. And I say that with so much love because I am the person who is always afraid to do things. But if you just bite the bullet and go for it, because there's never going to be a perfect time. There's always going to be something, you guys. Yes, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody ever has any time for anything. You know, things are always going to come up, and there's never going to be that perfect time. But you are here now. You are invested in even just this webinar with us. I can tell you that right now, this is the best time to be a part of this squad. Like, we are so on fire. And, you know, the fun thing about it is that February is going to be a big month. We have 2 more Make Room Mondays coming, which means as a new rep, you are able to share with potentially your new prospects, like, hey, these things are half off, and you can help get that product into their hands so that they can start to fall in love with it in the way that you have, or in the way that you're going to, because it is so amazing. So February is going to be an awesome month, but you need to know that we do have limited spots available. Okay. The reason is that we need to be able to offer the most customizable experience to our new reps. I've done it before. I've added 10 girls to my team in a month, and you guys, it is hard. And I don't feel like I give my reps the time and attention that they need to get their businesses up and running and to get them feeling comfortable and to help answer their questions. So we only take on a limited amount of people. I know for me, I only have 2 spots left this month. I think between 2 and 3 spots probably for most of our girls for, you know, going into February. So if you are thinking that this is something that you might want to do, then you need to get off this call and take action. Don't just sit here and think, oh, I don't know. I mean, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. So you just have to be able to say, I'm going to do it, and go for it, and watch the confidence brew inside of you. I swear, confidence happens when you do something that you're totally terrified to do. You do it anyway, and you survive it. That's always what I say. I'm like, if you do something and you survive it, you're going to build your confidence, and that's going to make you resilient as well. I'm a big fan of resilience. So if you guys, let's check out. Do you guys have any questions? We are now at the live Q&A. So you can unmute, you can use the chat. I know we've been answering questions as we go, which is really helpful too. Let's see here.
I just want to tell, like, anybody who's on this call, like, when Christy and I say we like to spend $300 a month on ourselves on Zaya, you don't have to do that, okay? That's not a requirement. So, like, you can get your starter kit, and you can rock the business with just like the 5 pieces in the $100 gift certificate that you get. I mean, there was like a stretch there for a while, like with myself and my body changing with everything that I went through this summer, that I didn't buy a lot of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of the new things, but you know what? I still sold a lot of the new things because I watched like our Zaya family, and I talked about like still how they fit. So you don't have to have the latest and greatest in every single thing that we have from this company, because there's way too much inventory to do that. But so I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to do that, and you can be successful with just your starter kit.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that, I don't think Logan is on here right now, but Logan's on the other side of the world, right? I think Logan's in Japan, I think. And I remember her saying she hit director, which is kind of, it's one of our first like really big leadership ranks. And she hit it in the last month or two. And she's like, this is just proof that you don't have to continue buying the products like all the time, because she moved over there with the staples, right? She had our light and tight, she had our, you know, the all-star bomber bra, whatever it is. And she continued to grow her business even without ordering consistently all the time, right? So just to piggyback off of that a little bit, she is like a live example of that, which is really cool. So any other questions that you guys have? We're really fun. Okay, if you have to say that, maybe you're not fun, right? Anyway. Oh, I see the chat's going. Okay. How do you do sales when there are so many reps in an area? Okay, great question. So one thing about Zaya, well, a couple of things. First of all, when you're always working online, you know, social media really allows us to expand our reach so far. So, you know, if you do have somebody who hosts a party, they're going to invite you into their circle, and all of a sudden you're going to be in there with their cousin who lives in California and their aunt who lives in Oregon. And, you know, everybody's inviting their friends and family from all over. So you really start to grow a customer base outside of your area, especially when you work on social media so often. So, you know, I know for me, I have a lot of customers in like Minneapolis and Wisconsin, you know, just because I've had hostesses who will bring family members from up there into their parties, and then they host a party. So social media makes it really easy to broaden your reach, but then also at the same time, you know, and this is something that's kind of a blessing with Zaya. A lot of people kind of see it as a blessing and a curse, and I'll be honest with you about that. But with Zaya, you're not locked into one rep. So there's a lot of gray area with that. So if somebody is hosting a party, like, you know, with one rep, and maybe they're usually your customer, they might buy in that other person's party. But if you continue to show up and just to really give really great customer service, you're going to have that loyal following with your customers. Your customers are going to stay true to you. They're going to stay loyal to you. But again, you might run a party for somebody and somebody else's customer may buy in your party as well. And that's just something it's kind of a cool part about Zaya, because it's part of that community thing again that we keep coming back to. It's like, it's collaboration over competition. You know, we're not like butting heads over customers and things like that, because there is that gray area. So I don't know if that answers your question, Rachel. I hope it does. That makes sense. Okay, good. You guys have been awesome. How often are you posting, and which platforms do you find most successful? Okay, so Shannon, I feel like the majority of us use Facebook for our parties. I've done an Instagram party, several of them, and they actually turned out very successful as well. They're a little bit more work because you can't schedule those posts, but Facebook is definitely probably the most often used. How often are you posting? It probably depends on what you're thinking. If you're thinking like public social media or VIP group, you know, VIP group, we would recommend, you know, regularly, probably every day, have something in there, even if it's just like a restock post. As far as public social media, that's really up to you and what you can do consistently. So I think just deciding for yourself, like what you're able to do, how you're able to show up, and then just show up in that way and do that consistently with social media. Is there a lot to offer to the bigger bone women? I know a lot of bigger women looking to have comfortable workout clothing. I would say yes. Do my other reps agree? Yes. I feel like, I mean, our sizes go up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I totally agree. Like I have like some customers, and you can maybe check, if you're friends with me, you can check out my Facebook, Instagram. but one of my customers who's like a size like 22, 24, she bought a pair of leggings and she was like so excited that she like left a review, and it's of her dancing in these leggings on my Instagram, and she tagged me, so I had to like share it and tag it. So it's in my customer reviews. So I would say absolutely yes.
I agree. I'm like I usually run in like the 14, 16 range. And I actually had one of my customers, like she like messaged me privately and said like she appreciated the fact that like I was open about it and I'm not a size 2 and you know, that kind of thing. And she was like, it just makes me feel more confident knowing that like there are people out there that aren't tiny and skinny. There's just, everybody's like different sizes and it looks great on everybody. So
that's my favorite part about, you know, if you do sign up to be a rep, we have this group, a marketing designs group, and that is my favorite group because you can see all shapes, all sizes, you know, everybody, I mean, just everybody in all their differences, and everybody looks amazing in Zaya, and everybody's just beaming with confidence. It's like my favorite virtual place to go because it just, everybody's so confident in that group. I just love it. So absolutely.
In the fact that like if you go to our like Zaya active page, or you can see that we're starting to get a lot more plus size models too, showing like the fit of clothes and like pieces on themselves. So yeah, I love that. They're like some of my favorite pictures to post so that people know like this really is for everybody.
Shannon asked, do you create your own content or is there marketing material already created that we can use for posting, etc.? I would say there's some of both. We do have, I think that a lot of times when people start out, they'll probably kind of grab from our Facebook groups. And I know like my personally sponsored reps, I share with them, you know, my party stuff. So, you know, there are resources available, but I think what people find is that as they get rolling with their business, then they kind of like to put their own spin on things, make their own graphics and stuff like that. But right out the gate, there is definitely plenty of resources for you to use in your parties. Public social media probably is more, you know, but when it comes to parties or VIP groups, there's plenty of materials and resources for you to use. How many people do this with a full-time job and can be successful with it? A lot. I know, I'm trying to look on here. I don't think any of our full-time girls, Alicia's on here. Alicia has a full-time job. I don't know if she's probably busy chit-chatting right now.
My Amy Timish, she's on my team. She has a full-time job and she works this business. She's on this call.
I have
Amy,
a full-time job.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that's the thing that we've been talking about too, is that it's really what you make of it, right? It's really what works into your schedule and what your goals are. That's the biggest thing, is really deciding, you know, okay, what are my goals for my business? And then I have this affirmation that sits on my desk, and it says, I can expand time when I'm inspired. And it's the funniest thing. I love this affirmation because it's so true. It's like when you feel like your heart is in something and you feel so inspired by something to work on it and to do it, you make the time, right? You find that time to pour into it. And so I know I have a good friend, Mallory, who is also, I mean, she's a Double Eye executive and she works full time. She's a preschool teacher and with her master's, and she does this and she's extremely successful. So it's definitely just what you decide that you want from it, and then you make the time to put into it. I used to work 3 jobs. Yeah, Ashley, you have all the things. Crystal, so many full-time job girls. I'm a full-time student, have a part-time job, and I'm a newer rep. Yes. Oh my gosh. And a student. Oh my gosh. Full-time students. It's like worse than a full-time job. Does anybody else have any questions? These are great questions. We added this time the 25% discount because that one always came up and we had forgotten to put it on the slides. So we added it this time. Duh. Okay, well, if we don't have any more questions, we will let you go. We are we'll share the recording. So if you need to come back and listen to anything, reach out to the rep who invited you and she will get you the recording as well. But again, I know that, getting on this call was an investment for you, is an investment in your time and in your energy. And I want you to know that we appreciate you being here. And I also want you to know that you're here for a reason. And if you feel that pull, then just take the leap. It is so worth it. I can't tell you how many times people have told me in the past, I wish I had joined sooner. That is like the number one thing I hear from people. I wish I had joined sooner. And I'm like, I know. But we're here for you. We have limited spots available. Our new rep kickoff call will be on Monday. So get signed up and let's do this. Have a great night, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.